Think you need a federal contract in order to win a contract? Not true, not true. So today I'm going to show you exactly how you can build past performance, even if you've not won a bid. All right, and I'm going to help you create a capability statement that makes you look like a serious contender. So welcome back, guys. This is Dr. Melissa J. Williams. Live your best life doing what you love. And this is part 2 of our GovCon Blueprint series, guys. If you missed part 1, go back and check it out. I'll have it up here so that you can see it. All right. It was talking about how to make sure you get registered the right way, how you build your foundation. So you guys know I've been working with small business owners, teaching them how to win government contracts, teaching them how to work smarter versus harder. And so if you're a small business owner and you're trying to grow and scale your business, government contracting is the best way to do that. So again, today we're going to be talking about how to create credibility. So contracting officers are wanting to do business with folks that they know and trust and that have the ability and capacity in order to fulfill a contract. So I'm going to get my notes and we're going to dive in today. So part 2, we're talking about how to build credibility, even if you've not won a contract before. So what is a capability statement? Many of my students be like, well, what is a capability statement? I don't have one. All right. So a capability statement is just a 1 to 2 page resume. It's a 1 to 2 page resume. It's clean and it's strategic. Contracting officers and primes, they want to be able to scan your capability statement very quickly, and typically it has about 5 sections because they want to be able to scan it very quickly and find out what it is that you do. All right. And so typically in those sections, you will have your core competencies, past performance. You don't have any, we'll fix that in a second. Your differentiators, your company data, and last, your contact information so that the contracting officers can find you easily. So last thing, pro tip, you can use Canva or a Canva template to create your capability statement, right? Because making it look pleasing and visible, making it look visually sharp is important. Yeah, you want it to look good. So again, if you don't have past performance, we're going to fix that now. All right. So the truth is, guys, that past performance isn't always about federal work. You can use commercial work or local government work, but you just need to make sure that you're specific and you provide the scope, your outcome, and dates. I don't have any past performance. There's ways to get around that. So you can also use volunteer work, or if you were on a pilot project or program, you just need to make sure that you document your deliverables. Even if you've had some subcontracting experience, you can use that too, no matter how small it is, as long as you can show that it's related work. And so another thing that my students struggle with, and I'll leave a template so that you guys kind of can see. I'll leave a template below so you can see what a clean capability statement looks like. So that'll be in the show notes. So another thing that a lot of my students overlook, if you have any testimonies of some things that you've done as it relates to what it is that you're doing for government contracting, you can use those. You just want to make sure that it speaks to the government's language, outcomes, reliability also, and scope. In creating your past performance, you want to make sure, and this is where a lot of folks get hung up, you want to make sure that you use the tools. And in our previous video, we talked about several tools. We talked about SAM, we talked about FPDS, and we also talked about USA spending. I'm going to give you another tool. And so what is this? I'm going to see if I can share my screen and show you this one. Another tool is the DSBS, and it stands for the Dynamic Small Business Search. You want to make sure when you're setting up SAMs, you want to make sure that your profile is optimized, and DSBS can help you do that. It's your secret federal resume that buyers actually read. We're going to talk about one of the overlooked tools, which is your DSBS. DSBS is basically your government-facing contractor profile. The information is pulled from SAM. You can use testimonials or letters of reference also to show past performance. You just want to make sure that those letters, they speak in government language, right? And when I say speak in government language, you want to make sure that they talk about outcome, they talk about scope, they talk about reliability, okay? Grab your note. All of this is important and is where my small businesses get stuck. The next tool that most small businesses and new contractors forget about or don't know about is the DSBS, and that stands for the Dynamic Small Business Search. This is where your contractors and buyers can find your business. It's your secret federal resume, and it's important to note that this is very important, and it's where many of my small businesses, they get stuck, because the information is actually pulled from sam.gov, and the place that you insert this is going to be in your registration and your cert. And so contracting officers, they actually use the DSBS to search for potential vendors. That includes prime contractors and small business and teaming partners. But here's where most small businesses, they miss the mark. All right, they think that the DSBS is automatic, and it is technically, but you control how strong it looks. So inside DSBS, there's a section where you can add your past performance, your core competencies, your differentiators, and other keywords. This is your chance to sell your experience, even if it's not from the federal government. Your capability statement, add it. Relevant past projects, add it. Your NAICS codes, add them. Make sure that they actually match up with the service that you provide. So we have talked about making sure that you know that even if you don't have any past performance, right, and you never want to bid, that you can still create a capability statement that has past performance. There's different ways that you can ethically, create past performance, because you've done work in the past, or you volunteered, or you won a subcontract award, right, that denotes this past performance for the services that your company already provides. All right, so I want to talk to you just a minute about how you go into DSBS and add it. So you want to go into SAM, you want to go to your entity registration, and you want to click updates. Make sure that you click your reps and certs, assertions. All right, click your reps and certs and assertions. All right, click that section, and there you would be able to complete your DSBS, because it pulls from this. So hopefully all of this is making sense, because again, government contracting is easy. It's a system. Success is a system. You just need to know how to connect the pieces. And I think that's where a lot of folks get stuck. So next thing that we want to talk about is your CPARS. And that is mentioned as a future tool that will reflect your performance. So if you've not heard this before, what is CPARS? It's an official federal performance evaluation system. So, and it's required, right? This system is required by the Federal Acquisition Regulation Act, Part 42.15, and it's used by government contractors all right, and contracting officers and source selection officers to assess the performance of their contractors. So why is this important and why does this matter to you? Well, it matters because your past performance is rated, so you can find your ratings even if you're subcontracting. Your prime, right, CPARS rating can reference you if you're contributing significantly. All right, so how contracting officers use the CPARS to evaluate and record contractors' performance. How is that done? So it's actually in categories, right? It talks about your quality, it talks about your schedule, it talks about that you finish the project on time, it talks about your costs, management, and your compliance. And these evaluations are used to source contractors. When a contracting officer is looking to award or find individuals that may be responsive for a new contracting opportunity, they will look at your rating, right? So very important that you think about this as you're performing your contract. I will also include a template so that you can see what the rating would look like, just a sample so you can see what it would look like. Hopefully this made sense. We covered a lot and we've got a lot more to cover. I want you guys to win. And in order for you to win, you have to understand how to connect the pieces, right? You've got all of the pieces, you've got everything that you need in order to be successful, but you struggle with connecting the pieces. So if you found this video helpful, guys, I want you to give it a thumbs up. I want you to like it. I want you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss out on content like this, right? And so we've covered part 1. And today we'll cover part 2, how to create a capability statement and also how to create past performance, even if you've not won a contract before. And so we will be headed to part 3, and I want you guys to make sure you stay tuned. If you need to rewind this and watch it again, make sure you do, because it's a lot of information, but it will help you guys to connect the pieces. All right, this is your girl, Dr. Melissa J. Williams. Live your best life doing what you love. You only have one life. Stay healthy, happy, and God bless. I'll see you guys in the next video and or lesson.